Hello, one and all. Jasper here, and man, I'm so excited to talk about this episode because it's the one that kind of broke me. I just really don't give a shit anymore.
Yeah, yeah, I'm tired, boss.
It's like it's weird. I don't know if I would say that this season is objectively worse than the previous season, but I do know I had a lot more fun with the second season.
I'm not really sure what that is, but I agree. I think it's just wearing down, you know? It just wears you down one episode at a time.
And I think it's also in conjunction with like this season, like the bad of season 3 is a similar bad to season 2. It's not a new bad. We've already been
Hmm.
through this. It's not surprising me with how shit it is. And there's like no real good stuff to outweigh it.
Yeah, it definitely feels like every episode I'm having less and less positive moments.
Yep, but hey, it's best if we just rip the band-aid off fast. So we got it. We're back in the Riverlands, catching up with Kristen Cole, who's chasing after the River Army, and he
Hmm.
comes across what seems to be the aftermath of a battle.
Yep. Except for there's no enemy bodies anywhere.
Mm-hmm. It's specifically mentioned that they notice there's no enemy bodies. And so, is anyone surprised when they suddenly start to lurch up and attack Cole and his men?
No,
Not at all.
no.
And none of them had the bright idea of maybe stabbing like one or two of them, like kind of double tap, double check.
Yeah. And also, where's his boyfriend this entire scene?
Well, don't you remember Gawain left?
Oh, right, he walked away. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so we get a fun little fight scene.
Yeah, Cole. I mean, this is like the only is I might be fucking with my memory a little bit, but is this like the only real fight we see Cole technically kind of win?
Well, he beat up that gay guy at the wedding.
Oh shit, you know what? I forgot about that beautiful choreography.
Yeah, that was a pretty good fight.
But
And I don't know, this fight also I was watching it and I don't this could just be I'm getting salty about a lot of things with the show, and so now things that really aren't that big a deal are also starting to bother me. But there's a certain like style of fighting choreography that Game of Thrones does that I'm just not a fan of, where it's like it's trying to be really gritty and real and messy and dirty, but you still have one guy like effortlessly cutting down like 15 people.
no, I get that. And I kind of agree with you in that I'm starting to get more and more annoyed by the little small things. But I mean, I still enjoyed this fight. And unlike other fights that have taken place, this kind of justifies, the mosh pit battle royale kind of feel that a lot of Hollywood fights do, rather than
For
having
sure.
actual formations and strategy. And it is nice to kind of see Cole actually be competent. Because I feel like Cole in the show has been remarkably incompetent.
In fights he's always, I mean, aside from maybe that one with Damon, he's pretty much always won.
Well, we haven't really seen him do any other fights.
Yeah, this is for sure the most Cole fighting we've seen.
Like, he's done fights off screen, he's won battles off screen, but like, we don't really see this. And obviously, this doesn't even really count as a victory, right?
Well, it depends on like what kind of victory you want. If we're talking about did he win the battle overall, of course not. But if we're talking about did he come off as a competent fighter,
Yeah. So I will say though, then we see like the Riverlands army along with the Winter Wolves have surrounded Kristen Cole and his men. And, I guess they all decided like, hey, it's okay if we like leave these guys to ambush them as dead bodies. And they're like almost guaranteed to die. Best case scenario 50-50. So they just threw those lives away for like no real reason. Cuz like they're
yeah, it seems like they should have charged in while the fight was happening.
yeah, that would have been like the most humane thing to do if we ignore the fact that the whole dead bodies ambush was kind of dumb to begin with. Especially
Yeah.
because there are actual dead bodies mixed in. We see it a few times, like one dead body, like one with a massive gash across their face, which I'm
Yeah, I was
assuming.
wondering about that. Was it so that was an actual dead body?
Yeah, so there are actual dead bodies like mixed in there. Where they came from, I don't know. Like, did they
They're
come
just
across
carrying them.
these dead bodies and put them in the armor of the Riverlands, or were these victims of Coles during the guerrilla warfare that they were just hauling around? Maybe some of these guys just died of dysentery and they're using them.
Yeah.
Right? And the thing is, I actually can't be like too critical or no, nah. I mean, yes, I can, but like this is actually something that takes place in the books. It's mentioned that Cole is actually ambushed by a group pretending to be dead bodies. Though
Okay.
it's different. I don't know if the showrunners got a little bit confused. I think I was when I read the book as well. But I think it's like two different events that are like kind of close but not connected, if that makes sense.
Like Cole got ambushed by a group of dead bodies and then separately
Was
was ambushed and killed.
yes.
Hmm. I don't know that that's that important, but just like the structure of the scene doesn't make sense. Like, why would they ambush them, wait for the fight to end, and then come out revealing they have them surrounded? That just doesn't make any sense.
Batman, quiet.
You should get a shock collar with a
No,
button that you can push, and you can just zap him every time.
no, it's going to be a vibrating collar. I'd never use a shock collar.
You'll never get him to stay quiet properly that way. You gotta give him a few hundred volts to the neck.
Anyways, so the Riverlands army reveals themselves. And the funny thing is, this is like surprisingly close to how the situation is in the books. Not one to one, obviously, but a lot of the phrases and a lot of the words are here. There's one line that's cut, though, and it really bugs me that it's cut because it's arguably the most famous line. Like, at least top three in the Dance of the Dragons.
And that line is
All right, so actually Oscar Tully isn't supposed to be here. It's Roger Ruin and two other book characters that like never show up. But Kristen Cole challenges all three of them to like single combat. Like not one at a time, like I'll take on all three of you. And one of them says responds with, and I think it might be like directly after Kristen Cole is pelted with all the arrows, but he responds with, "I'll have no songs be made about your bravery and chivalry in battle," or something along those lines. There are thousands dead on your account, Kingmaker. And it's like a great line, and it frustrates me because why remove it? Why? It doesn't do anything.
uh I don't know. I don't think I care.
Like I get why you don't care because you didn't read the book, but like it's just those little things, and it's a little more frustrating because they did a lot of the other stuff pretty well in this particular scene, but that cut line, like I don't get it. I don't see the reasoning. And it's those little things that are just getting under my skin more and more.
Was Cole explicitly killed with arrows in the books?
Yes.
Oh, that's fair enough.
Yeah, the death is very much supposed to feel like a rug pull or like subversive. One of the
Well,
greatest
yeah.
fighters in the realm being taken out, with arrow fire rather than in single glorious combat and battle.
Is this chick who shot the arrows supposed to be anything?
So that is Alyssane Blackwood, I believe. And she's actually fairly sizable in the books. She's not the one who kills Kristen Cold though. It's I'm drawing a blank on his name, but it's I think it's like another Blackwood, like I think like a cousin of hers or something. But he like really doesn't do a whole lot except like kind of kill Cole, so I don't mind them giving it to Alyssane Blackwood. Though to be fair, given the show, like we don't know anything about this bitch. Like you don't know her name. I know her name because I read the book.
I has she shown up earlier in the show?
She was in the second episode. We saw her singing with Damon and the other Riverlands armies.
So she's been a background character.
Pretty much. But,
Okay.
she's a woman, so she stood out a lot more.
Well, so Cole's dead. It was kind of a dumb ambush.
And then the rest of the
And,
Greens are massacred.
yep.
But yeah,
And then we come to the cave dweller Allison.
back to these wonderful. Oh yeah, because they just find her. Like, oh, thank
Yeah,
God we had like all these escape attempts that mean nothing.
yeah, that were just a complete waste of time. I guess that in their mind, it's supposed to like justify Rhaenyra being meaner to her,
Separating them and whatnot. But like, fuck me, God
but like,
forbid we use those scenes to develop the side characters, give them
yeah,
anything at all. Just, I'm really curious. I'm really curious what the screen time for the characters are going to be for this season. Because, like I said, I fucking hated how Rhaenyra, Alicent, and Daemon so heavily dominated the screen time in the second season. And
hmm
it feels definitely we're still in that exact same boat. That these
it feels
three,
like it might be even worse this season.
it might be because
'Cause for as many characters as have been killed off so far, how many have been added? Like, are there really any new characters that were spent? Ormond maybe is the only one.
the Manderly.
Uh, we don't really spend time with him.
No, we don't spend time with them.
He's there in other scenes with like Rhaenyra, but he's not like
Well, we were talking about characters being added. Technically, he's been added.
right. I mean, characters that are drawing time away from the big three.
But yeah, Ormond and um, Darren, kind of technically, but he's kind of like, you know,
It's just
a
Ormond.
side piece to Ormond.
So I would expect that the numbers are going to be even worse this season. It feels like we've been doing nothing but spending time with Rhaenyra, Alicent, and Daemon, and then like every now and then we'll go see what Aegon's up to or whatever.
Yeah. But anyways, speaking of Rhaenyra, we're here at the small council, and they're chit-chatting about all the different stuff. Specifically, I think how the Gold Cloaks were killed very easily, barely an inconvenience, honestly.
Yeah, apparently it's just really easy to fucking walk into the headquarters and kill like 9 of them or so without any not without losing a single person,
Yeah,
leaving no bodies behind.
yeah. And Damon's the only
Which is
one speaking facts. Like
that's
legit,
true.
just go kill him, kill Ormond, finish this shit off now.
Yeah, and Damon brings up a good point. He's like, if we just torch the keep, like we won't kill that many civilians. And fucking your favorite character all of a sudden, Manderley, is like, ah, well, dragons aren't known for their precision in battle.
Hold the fuck up. I never said he was my favorite character. I just said he was introduced.
You're talking about how much you love him and how you want to spoon him and shit.
uh,
I wish Damon didn't purposefully miss him when he threw that cup at him. Wish he fucking pegged his ass in the face.
I don't. Yeah, when he threw that cup, I couldn't help but like legit laugh at that moment. Just like, what the fuck is this childish tantrum bullshit?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, just but everyone else is just like, no, no, it'll be fine. We just gotta weather this storm. Let the Riverlands army show up, and they're acting like throwing an army at Ormond is going to be like less bloody. Like
Right, like they're like that's such a peaceful way to go about things or something.
you can surround the city and start sieging it and starving them out, but then you have the people inside, civilians still starving. You send the troops in to like fight, but like honestly, with how this show's been depicting on it, both sides aren't even going to be spending time fighting each other. They're just going to start like raping and pillaging all the civilians around them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
honestly,
realistically speaking, Damon going and torching the keep is probably like the least collateral damage they could possibly hope for.
yeah, just knock out the castle. Yeah, sure. One or two dozen servants might die and all that stuff, but at this point, who the fuck cares? This is like your Ormond is like number two on the chopping block. Aemond is the only other person you really got to worry about at this point. And if you
Yeah.
take Ormond out, then you can send everyone out to go get Aemond.
Yeah, plus Ormond is the only one rallying people. So like if he's gone, then the Greens have nothing to rally around.
Mm-hmm. It's just, God. Uh, though this meeting is interrupted by the Baratheon, whatchamacallit, dispatch, what was it?
Envoy.
Yeah, envoy, that's the word. The Baratheon envoy, to which, I'll be honest, the fuck are they doing here?
They just came to tell Rhaenyra that their lord is blatantly disregarding her commands.
Well, just out of curiosity, do you remember what the Baratheons have done so far? Like back in season one.
In season one, they
Hmm?
did something?
Well, remember, Rhaenyra sent Lucerys to Storm's End. That's the
Yeah. Oh, that
capital.
was season one. I
Yeah,
forgot that was how season one ended.
yeah. So
So
the
yeah, they did that.
and they declared for the Greens. So what's with
Yes.
all this? Like, oh, the maybe the Stormlands haven't declared for either side yet. What the fuck?
Well, I think that the idea is she's taking King's Landing, so war's over. So even if they declared for the Greens, they should now concede and join her.
This just seems so ridiculous. And she's like also like, no, there shouldn't be anything like this. They should still be treated as rebels unless they come specifically to surrender.
Well, I think that's what she wanted, was for them to, for the Lord to come and bend the knee. But yeah, she definitely reacts too softly. Like she should just be like, "Oh, so you guys are just still in active rebellion? Then you all are getting executed, and we're gonna go torch your lord's army while he's trying to hunt those fucking bandits or whatever."
Yep. Yeah, but we get a little hint about some of her plans though when she asks the guy for his belt, which I thought she was just being really kinky at that moment, but apparently something else comes up later.
Oh, you know what? I didn't even put that together. I didn't piece that together.
Really? I,
Well, I mean, as soon as you said belt, I was like, "Oh yeah, she did ask for his belt." I forgot that that was a conversation.
I mean, to be fair, it's a very, very complicated level of writing what they're hinting at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, why? why belt? Why would she ask for the belt? You know,
Could
she
have
could
said tunic.
exactly. She could have.
But
Belt has a different implication to me. It has several different possible implications.
uh, but anyways, now we're back over at Tumbleton and we see Ulf and Hugh just kind of keeping an eye on the city.
Hmm.
And pretty much it's like Ulf just like bitching and complaining, just like, what the fuck? I want to go get a drink.
Yeah.
Which I mentioned this like earlier before, but like Ulf was like the worst choice you could pick to like keep an eye on something.
Yeah, he's proven that if he gets bored, he'll just abandon his post.
I mean,
So,
yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like you need him to like kind of be doing something and not alone,
yeah.
preferably. Honestly,
Yeah,
it would
oh,
imagine if instead they sent Ulf and Bela to go hunt for Vagar.
right. That's what I was going to say. Have him go help with the fucking pirates.
Yeah, just have him like doing something because this is just a recipe for disaster. Not that I know, you know. I'm, you know, I can't remember what happens in the books.
Right, right. Of course. No, I mean they have been. I'm honestly shocked that Ulf hasn't betrayed them already.
But yeah, they have like a little bit back and forth, but it's mostly just Ulf whinging a bunch
Yeah, it's kind of the same exact conversation that they had whenever he was
at Harrenhal.
at Harrenhal. So part two, and he's like, "I'm gonna go to the bar again."
Which, I mean, we'll talk about that when we get to that. Because I got questions about it. But anyways, back in King's Landing, Rhaenyra's having another useless conversation with this bitch.
Can we just start skipping the Alicent scenes?
Uh, I
Just
mean,
pretend they don't happen.
it would be best, but pretty much this is here to show, oh, Missaria didn't reveal what's been going on with Rhaenyra. Oh. Why?
Yeah,
Why? That makes no fucking sense.
yeah, yeah. And why would she say that she had no clue that she might have been pregnant? Like that just makes you look incompetent.
Well, to be fair,
I would at the very I would be like, I had some theories, but I hadn't confirmed anything yet to report to you.
mm,
Something like that.
a little bit more, but yeah. I mean, it just like doesn't make sense, especially with how they keep kind of pointing her and propping her as kind of like having a strong devotion to Rhaenyra. That honestly isn't well justified, but it's there. And this whole
Well,
like
they
keeping this
kissed.
secret just seems so dumb.
Women never do anything to hurt each other after they've kissed,
Of course. Just look at all those happily married lesbians.
right?
Mhm. But after, her little talk with Rhaenyra, though, she
The
talks,
30% of them.
yeah, she mentions to, I think it was like one of the gold cloaks or just one of the guards in general, like, you see that bitch down there? Kill her.
Yeah,
Which, I don't know. Like I said, you gain, like Atlassian was trying to hold the whole discussion, like, if you keep your mouth shut, you tell Rhaenyra about this, you don't really get anything. But if you keep your mouth shut, you gain a favor from the high towers. And it's just like, that's nothing at this point. You offer her
yeah.
nothing. You are nothing. That's like if I was, you know, a prisoner in China and I said, like, hey, you let me go. You help me out here. You have America in your back pocket. No, the fuck she doesn't. That's not
Yeah,
how it
and
works.
the idea that withholding information from the queen, uh, like she has nothing to lose from doing that, is also ridiculous. She's the master of whispers. Her entire job is to be well informed on everything happening inside the Red Keep. being oblivious to something like plant attempted escape attempts and pregnancies that are, you know, potential what's it called when people ascend to the throne? Potential,
Coronation?
you know, crisis. God dang it, the words escape me. But you know what I mean.
Inheritance?
They could be pretenders to the throne, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
Like
But
to just yeah to have to say you knew nothing about that. It looks horrible on her. So the whole thing's dumb.
mm. uh,
The whole thing is dumb.
luckily, it gets slightly less dumb in the next scene, as we're back with Damon at the feast for traitors, and the gold cloaks show up and pretty much say like, "Dude, fuck this, we're out."
Yeah.
And Damon like tries to shame them into sticking around, but like, nah, that it's not gonna work this time, buddy.
hmm But it's so the scale of the gold cloaks just feels so weird to me. We only ever see like 20 gold cloaks at any given time. But I feel like it's in Skyrim how when you go into the city you're supposed to just kind of fantasize and pretend that it's a much bigger thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like 20 gold cloaks leaving shouldn't be this massive deal.
Yeah, I mean,
There should be a couple thousand or more.
yeah, give or take.
So,
I mean, I kind of interpreted this, and this is kind of the best case scenario, but like these are kind of like the captains, and so their desertion kind of implies also a massive loss in the lower ranks as well.
maybe maybe so.
But I thought this was okay enough.
Yeah, I mean,
The
Damon's the only entertaining character left in the show, so
Not even close. Like, I mean, Ormond has his moments, but Damon is poor dude. He's carrying what little enjoyment I can get out of this shit show.
yeah. I did notice I don't really watch the opening credits, but you know, sometimes a little bit of it plays before I click skip. And I did notice that what's the actor's name?
For who? Damon?
Yeah,
Matt Smith?
Matt Smith. His name is the first one to show up in the opening credits, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Well, even at the very beginning, he was arguably the biggest actor.
Yeah,
Because, I mean, because in the first season, Matt Smith, Doctor Who famous. He's been in also several other movies, but I think most people know him as the Doctor. Like, I recognized him and I knew him from other stuff. Number two was Rice Evans, Otto Hightower, because I knew he was Voldemort, and I think I've seen him in like other things, but I didn't quite put it together. So like the
maybe it's just the circles I hang out in, but I feel like Voldemort's way bigger than Doctor Who.
I mean maybe, but both are I think both are pretty big. But like I feel like if you
Yeah,
ask
but
someone, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I feel like if you ask someone who played Voldemort, they wouldn't be able to tell you. But if you asked someone who played the 11th Doctor, they'd be able to tell you.
well, if you asked me, I wouldn't have been able to tell you either. So,
You know what? Fair enough. But either way, I feel like they were the two biggest names. So it makes sense that Matt Smith is still at the top.
yeah, I just thought it was funny because I don't think, I mean, yeah, I don't think anyone would call Damon the main character.
No, but he's the best. It's not even a
He is the best.
contest. But
Yep.
anyways, we're off outside of King's Landing, and good old Alan here teleported over to see his dad dealing with the pirates.
Yeah, there is quite a bit of teleportation going on this episode too.
And this isn't even the most egregious one.
No, it's not.
All right, but I mean, this is another scene that is fine, but I feel like it wastes time. I mean, it has one decent moment where like out like Corlys is still upset, obviously, that Rhaenyra hasn't made his sons legitimate, but he claps back, saying like, "How many years did it take for Corlys to acknowledge them?"
Right, but Corley's had way more legitimate of a reason to not acknowledge them than.
He had a cranky bitch wife with a dragon. He wasn't going to risk upsetting her.
Well, and like to be fair, acknowledging your bastards is like that's a bigger deal than to acknowledge like somebody else's bastards. To be like, oh, you can make your bastard your heir. Like that doesn't affect Rhaenyra at all, no matter what she says.
I mean, worst case scenario barely affects her, especially because there's like a good reason to legitimize them. Corley's got nobody left.
Yeah, everybody else died, so
And
yeah.
Bela refused him. Uh, I just realized, do they like know? Like, obviously they don't know what's going on with Reyna, but like, where do they think she is right now? Do they just think she's still up in the Vale, like
Yes,
watching the kids? Was
I think so.
was no report made like, oh, she's gone?
Yeah. Well, because she went and talked to the lady, and
Yes.
so the lady wouldn't tell on her, and Damon obviously didn't tell on her, so
Well, I
I guess
mean,
they just think she's still hanging out up there.
but yeah, but like that has to like come up eventually. Like, best case scenario, the Blacks win the war. Okay, like someday, like Rhaenyra Corlys, like someone's going to ask for her, right? I know we don't care about her because she's a shit character, but like she's family.
Yeah, if no one else, you'd hope her sister
Yeah,
would
Bela.
eventually be like, "Hey, where'd my sister go?
What happened to her?
She's disappeared." Did her sister not see her on the back of Sheep Stealer during the fight? Was that just Jace that saw her?
I think it was just Jace.
Okay.
But anyway, so this scene it exists. I don't think
Yep.
it needs to exist, but it exists.
Yeah.
All right, but hey, now we're at I was saying like Damon was kind of like the big reason to kind of still come back and watch this. I'll say honestly, like Aegon is also doing like helping him out a bit in the lifting department.
You think?
I think
These
so.
scenes are just so how many fucking scenes have we had in a row where all they've discussed is whether or not they should get a boat or not?
I mean, don't get me wrong,
It's been like 3 solid episodes of all they've done is discussed whether or not they should get a boat in various locations.
and it's this one same boat. Like, don't
And
get me
it's just
wrong.
one same boat. And it's various locations, but they're all in the same like general area.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not fantastic, but Aegon is actually like getting some development. He's changing before us. He's trying to become a little bit less of a bastard after Larry's kind of like, spanked him over his knee in the previous episodes.
Yeah.
Though I do want to say that that's a pathetic asshole.
What?
Well, like they're burying the guy Aegon killed.
Oh,
That's the
yeah.
most shallow asshole I've ever seen in my life.
Well, did you see the damn shovel? It's just a plank of wood.
You know what?
Like it's not shovel shaped at all. It's just a straight plank of wood.
did did they not have like metal? Surely they had like some metal shovels back then.
I would imagine. And even if you're making your shovel out of wood,
You
you
wouldn't
would
shape it like that.
you would make it a little bit shovel shaped, I would think. I don't know. I'm not a medieval shovel smith or whatever you'd call it. But yeah. So I don't blame him. If you're trying to dig a hole with that thing, I don't care how soft the ground is. That's going to be some tough work.
I will say though, it seems like metal shovels were perfectly common back then.
Yeah, I don't know why you would make it out of anything else can if steel exists.
Maybe you're just that poor. You can't afford the metal, so you have to carve one out yourself.
Right.
But anyways, it is a bit of a repeat, but at least we finally get a decision by Aegon, and that is to get the fuck out of Westeros and head to the Essos.
Hmm.
And his motivation seems to be because Thailand also thinks that he's kind of a bad person.
Yeah, so is my the way I was reading that scene is that's kind of him sort of accepting that he's not fit to be king.
I think it's a little bit of that. I think it's also him asking that question and not quite getting a straight answer from Thailand. He starts to favor Larry's because whatever misgivings he has with Larry's kind of tells him how it is. There's like
I
an
also
there's like an honest
was
truth
tracking
to
that.
him. But yeah, I mean, that's about it for this scene. And like I said, it's not fucking Shakespeare. Shakespeare's not even Shakespeare, but I still for the most part don't have a lot of issues with what we've been getting from Aegon. It's definitely dragging its feet a little bit, but I mean, I'll take more Aegon scenes over Alicent any day of the week, or honestly,
Oh, for
Rhaenyra
sure.
and Daemon.
For sure. And they're at least not offensive. So,
But now we see homeless Nettles just munching on some berries, and she happens to see Adam and Bela off searching for Vagar. And that's it. Next scene.
yeah. Next scene.
All right. Now we got a little bit of some romantic tension with Aemond and Alice Rivers over here.
Yeah, that wasn't there before for sure.
Well, I mean, kill a bunch of dudes in front of a girl, she's going to open her legs.
Is known.
I mean, this is kind of again like the highest praise I can ever give this show feels like it's fine, it's okay, but like that shouldn't be what I'm saying, especially with how much this show infuriates me at so many points.
Yeah.
But this is pretty
Yeah, I'm
much
the
just.
fine scenes are the ones that I was just bored during though.
Mhm.
Like that's the spectrum. It's the spectrum from bored to annoyed.
Just back and forth with that. I might care about these scenes more if these characters had more development.
Yeah. And if all the other characters around them didn't suck so much.
You know, yeah, you know what? Here's the thing though. You just said, the the breadth of emotions from the show for both of us so far is kind of either bored or annoyed. Would the show be better if we were more annoyed? Because at least there's something there, you know? Is it better to be nothing or to be bad?
I think the particular brand of annoyance that I get from the show, I'd rather be bored, but it's it's a toss up. I wish there was something else. I wish there was a third option.
You're right. Sadly.
If only TV shows could be something other than boring or annoying. That'd be crazy, dude.
I know. I mean, sadly, we're not getting the room here, but we're not getting that level of quality.
Right, exactly.
But I mean, the whole point of this scene is that Aemon needs to head out and look for his dragon.
Except for he shouldn't also.
You don't think he should?
Well, the show doesn't think he should.
Oh, gotcha. Uh, yeah. I mean, well, we could talk about that later once we get
Mhm.
to it. Uh, but now we're back in the fucking Vale. So, like, honestly, am I? I don't know much about directing at all. But Am I the only one who kind of thinks it makes a little bit more sense to like go from Nettles looking out and seeing Adam and Bela, and then cutting back to like this scene rather than having that Eamon scene break it up?
I get like why they did because they wanted to make it feel like some time passed, I guess. But the whole way that that's handled was just really weird to me. Her looking off at some dragons in the distance, and then like basically flash cut to her getting slapped in the veil. Like,
Well, I mean, like our
how
first,
did she get? How did she get captured? What what exactly did she do? Like we know that she was chasing after them, but how did she not manage to catch them? I don't know. It's
yeah,
weird.
because all the guards say is like they show up with Nettles and they say as you ordered and reveal not Nettles, Rhaenyra. What the fuck's her
Oh,
name again?
I thought you were doing a bit
No, I wasn't.
calling her Nettles.
Okay, no, it is Rhaena. These fucking names, I tell you. But like that
It's way
implies
easier to just call her Nettles. We can just call her Nettles from now on.
maybe we have to mix the names. Like call her Reddles. Nia.
So in the scene, she gets slapped for. No, what were you gonna say before we got distracted by names?
Well, just this scene opens up with the Lady of the Veil like having someone executed by being tossed through the moon door. We don't,
That's also true.
yeah, we don't see the actual tossing, but we hear the fucker screaming as she looks down.
Yeah.
But hey, I mean, we do eventually get the best moment of this episode when she slaps Reyna.
Yeah. That
But I mean, she's upset about something that we didn't see.
right.
It's and that just makes it like extra weird.
Yeah, like I don't know. Again, it doesn't make sense to me that she could be a captured and brought in like this. I mean, I guess she must have been coming mostly willingly, but I'm also kind of like, why would she do that?
And
And
like
like, what did she do that the Lady of the Veil had enough information to send guards to go get her and bring her to the castle, but no, nobody else did?
it sounds
I
like
guess.
she kind of was tempted to fly off to go see Bela and Adam, but maybe got, nervous and went back, but she went far enough for like people to see and talk about it. So, and that's the thing, like the Lady of the Veil, I'm drawing a blank on her name because I don't care about her, but she's all like, if word gets out that you're still alive, I'm in trouble. But no, you have like I feel a lot of plausible deniability.
Yeah. Well, a lot. I feel like a lot less now that she's like all of her guards have seen what she's doing.
I mean, yeah.
So it's not a secret anymore. Those guys are gonna go home and tell their family like, yo, you know that we're housing a like secret dragon rider.
Yeah, like I mean, this would bite Damon in the ass really hard, but like you can do plausible deniability. Like I don't know, I didn't know anything about this. Damon flew out and met her. I didn't hear anything about that. I just heard he killed her. Did he lie? Shit. Do something about that, Queen.
Yeah,
But like
yeah,
presumably all those guards, they're so loyal that they would never squeal on her.
right, for sure. Everybody knows how good people are at keeping secrets.
Uh, uh, Hit her again, please. You know what? Let me rewind and hit that scene a few more
No,
times.
you can't rewind because we gotta move on to the best scene in the episode.
Oh yeah. Oh god. So apparently there's romance between Alan and Bela,
Which this comes out of nowhere.
right? Like they were setting up Adam and Bela. Did they get the
Yeah,
did they get the two
they had
actors
like a
confused
super.
because they're both black?
I don't know. Yeah, they had the interactions between her and the Dragon Rider, where it was obvious that they were doing such blatant sexual tension. Are they gonna make this turn this into like a fucking love triangle? Like,
That's
what is?
that's my thought. This is their new way to like add conflict. It's to have both brothers want Bela, and Bela being a hoe.
And then, isn't this is like the second conversation
Yeah,
these two have had?
they had that one conversation when they were searching for Corley's,
Right.
and
And this is the second.
yeah, and they're making out.
And they start fucking macking on each other. And he's her uncle?
Um, so mm, yes, half uncle.
Yeah. Which I get that like they got they got white hair, they don't care about incest all that much, but like it's still there's a lot of reasons to not like this.
Yeah, I mean one or two. I mean, obviously the biggest thing is it's just really shit.
Yeah.
Like I mean, it's not as bad as Rhaenyra kissing Missandei, but it's not that far off.
No, it's definitely in the same sort of realm. Yeah, if for real, like liberal writers for real don't understand how to like have people have relationships with each other where they don't want to fuck.
Mm-hmm.
They cannot wrap their heads around platonic relationships.
I will say though, something I felt like a little guilty about after I did a bit more research is like I know this is Westeros and like older men with like younger women is like not that big of a deal and it's like really commonplace. But I was just like, yeah, really? This bitch is like falling in love with a guy who's like 20 years older than her?
Hmm.
Yeah, the actor's 33 and the actress is 28.
Whoa.
So yeah, they're reasonably close. Like I knew Bela's actress was going to be like, an adult in her 20s, but I legit thought that the actor for Alan was like in his 40s, maybe
Same.
50s. like
Yeah.
like this show like
I mean, I wouldn't have gone 50s, but yeah, I would have guessed 40s.
yeah, no. But okay, but I'll retract. I mean, I didn't really say it. I said I just thought that, but at least that point's not too bad. But yeah, the romance is just shit. There's nothing to it.
Yeah, it just comes out of nowhere. She's just trying to mac on every black dude in the Seven Kingdoms, apparently. It's crazy.
uh, all right, so after this like lovely romantic encounter, Gawain makes it to Tumbleton.
That he does.
Yeah, and apparently like he's gay.
What?
What do you
When do they
mean?
say
What?
that? They say he's gay?
All right. Oh no. Oh okay. I get it. I get you. It's a bit. It's a bit. But
No, no, genuine. What are you talking about?
you don't remember like all of Ormond's comments? Like I'm sure you took solace in the arms of your brothers in arms, and when he tells him to go get cleaned up and sends Darren with him, like keep your back to the wall.
Okay, those went over my head.
Really?
Yeah,
They're
I
about
missed
as
those.
they're about as subtle as a baseball bat to the skull. The fuck are you what? Like, are you really that checked out?
I thought that the keep your back to the wall was like there could be assassins in the keep or something like that.
Uh,
And like he was just out knighting around with an army, and the whole army died. So yeah, I bet that you know that's tough.
yeah. But anyways, despite all that, going to like the other aspects of this scene, Ormond comes off as kind of like delusional.
Yeah, they're for sure just like sending him down the spiral of like of like generic evil white man, you know.
Well, I mean, like, I'm fine with them, like, giving them, like, an optimistic outlook on this whole war, having, like, plans and, like, wanting to keep going until there's, like, no other options, all that stuff. But when he says, we have the clear advantage, no, the fuck you don't.
Yet you have 0 dragons.
Like, we know he has to kind of win, because if he loses, then, and the fact that there's a whole nother fucking season doesn't make sense. So the Greens sort of have to kind of come up out on top. So something has to happen, and I think you already know what's going to happen.
I mean, there's some ideas floating around for sure.
Yeah, but the issue, there's like nothing in place for him to think that would happen.
Yeah, I the entire thing, the entire conflict at this stage doesn't make any sense to me. The Greens should be completely routed. Like they have no dragons that are capable of putting up a fight. Uh, they have no real claim to the throne. I mean, Darren's the best they got.
I mean, it's funny because they have Vagar, but Vagar's just fucked off, and they have Aemond, and Aemond's
Right, they
fucked
don't
off.
know where Vagar or Aemond are. They don't know. They have nothing to be like optimistic about.
Mm-hmm. But anyways, there's kind of the second scene to this scene, and that's the little conversation Darren and Gawain have once they leave the room without Ormond. To which like Damon kind of just reveals like, you know how he is, and it's just like we already know that Ormond's a jackass. Like, is this supposed
Yeah,
to be implying like something else, like a bit more nefarious, or what?
I think he's just talking about the tantrums.
Maybe.
I think that they believe that the tantrums are like I don't want him to throw tantrums and hurt somebody maybe, so I just do whatever he wants.
Hmm.
Which yeah, pretty weak. But I guess Darren wasn't supposed to be strong to begin with, so what are you gonna do?
I mean, Darren the Daring isn't very daring, especially when we cut the reason he was called Daring.
Is the reason he was called Daring a spoiler?
No, the reason he was called Daring was because Ormond was like in battle, surrounded, about to get fucked. Darren on his dragon came in and just scorched all the fuckers and saved him.
And that was supposed to have already happened?
Yep, because I think they address him as the Daring in this episode.
Yeah, they do somewhere else.
I
Oh, I think isn't it the guy that Damon kills? Calls him Darren the Daring?
no. Oh yeah, I think so. But I think they also say it again in this episode later. But yeah,
Um
but yeah, he's done nothing to be called the Daring.
yeah, I just assumed it was because he was daring to claim the throne or something.
Maybe. But anyways, back in King's Landing, we have Allison and Helena having a little chit chat, and Helena's knitting a goddamn tapestry that reveals that Aemond is in Harrenhal.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. There's like some conversations and some bullshit going on here. Allison's continuing to be terrible, all that stuff. What the fuck is this though?
When did she have how long has this been? It doesn't you can't just whip up a tapestry in a couple days, you know?
Was she knocking this out for like several episodes and we just weren't paying attention?
Yeah, I mean even if what is the timeline of this show? They're purposefully making it impossible to track how much time passes between events so that they can get away with just the most like ridiculous bullshit, like people teleporting all over the place. And that pisses me off. It's getting to me.
Yeah, like I don't want to sound like a lot of people who say like, Game of Thrones shouldn't have any magic elements and whatnot. It's a fantasy series, and in the books, the magical elements are used for the most part very well. It's just that in this show, the magic and the prophecies and whatnot are all fucking shit. Like, I kind of want all the magical elements removed because they are handled so goddamn poorly.
Yeah.
uh, but yeah, but thanks to the tapestry, though, Alicent knows where Aemond is. And what the fuck does she do? Oh, well, we'll talk about that in a later scene.
Also, in that scene, they reveal that Alicent never intended to try and save her granddaughter.
Yeah, we all knew that.
Not, yeah, we already knew that.
The
Whoop de doo, Alicent's a bitch.
bitch ass
Okay.
bitch.
Also, like when you look at this tapestry, I mean, I guess it looks like Harrenhal.
I mean, it's a very dark castle. There's a lot of dark
Yeah.
castles, but when you think of like dark, spooky fuck castle,
Yeah, and it's got like it looks broken on the top.
oh, but hey, perfect time to cut back over to Aemond, who's getting on a horse. A random stable boy sees him, but before Aemond can kill him, Alyss shanks the poor lad.
Yeah, and so this is at Harrenhal.
Yep,
So like is there a village around Harrenhal or
possibly.
like people live there still?
I think so. I think yeah. Like even if it's
Okay,
cursed, it's still like kind of an area you can set up shop pretty reliably.
fair
Just so
enough.
long as you're not in charge of Harrenhal, you should be able to escape the ghosts and the curse. But with that, Alice decides to reveal to Aemond dragon eggs. 5 of them.
Five of them.
Now, I want your thoughts on this in particular.
Um, they don't really do anyone any good right now.
No, not at all.
So
They could hatch right
I guess
now, and
like
it would still be years before they could do shit.
yeah, so it's like cool for after the war, but like it doesn't change. Nobody should be changing what they're doing right at this moment based on these eggs.
Not at all. I will say, though, one credit I can give to the writers in this case is that they are getting some good lore to justify this to a certain extent because it's mentioned that Rhaena, different Rhaena, this is a whole Rhaena before the bitch ass Rhaena in this show, was here at Harrenhal, and her dragon Dreamfire, which is actually the same dragon Helena rides, laid these eggs while she was in Harrenhal. And the timeline checks out for the most part. She says, like, you know, they've been here for like 100 years. Best case scenario, they would be there for 80 years instead. But like, it's nice that they are like actually grabbing lore that we know about to kind of justify
Mhm.
this surprise reveal. Um,
But
Compared to just
so
making up some random ass Targaryen and say like, oh, she was here with her dragon fiddlesticks or whatever.
yeah, but when Rhaenyra sent her kids off, she sent them with 3 dragon eggs, right?
I think so, maybe 4, but yeah, they have dragon eggs.
So we know that all of these dragon eggs are going to get destroyed before they hatch.
I mean, I feel like I remember the eggs that Rhaenyra sent to the Vale. I think everyone's kind of theorized that those are the eggs that eventually are given to Daenerys.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Now these eggs,
Regardless of which eggs are which, by the end of this show, there's only 3 left.
I mean, I wouldn't put too much thought into that. I would not be surprised if they decide to keep them all. But yes,
If they keep the eggs, if there's more than 3 eggs at the end of this show, that's problems.
yeah, and that's kind of like an issue I have. Like, as much as I just praise them for like kind of looking into the lore and kind of using it to like justify things, there's like 2 big issues I have. First off, these eggs don't exist in the books, never mentioned, and so the fact that they are being added now is a nothing burger to me because I know. I mean, you were able to do this pretty effectively, and you haven't even read the books, but they're not going to be able to do shit. Who the fuck cares?
Yeah, yeah. Just if you've watched Game of Thrones, then you know there's no way that those eggs ever come to anything in the long term, and they don't they can't affect anything happening in the story right now. So what's the point of them?
Yeah, and as a book reader,
And like dragons are still around, so it's not like getting more eggs is an impossible thing.
mhm.
Like the dragon that laid those eggs is still around, so that dragon could just lay some more eggs. Like what are I don't know.
Yeah, and also the fact that they're not mentioned at all in the books is like, I know they're not going to do anything. If they do something, that's going to be fucking crazy and come out of left field. And
Yeah,
finally, I find it very unlikely that these dragon eggs would still be like kind of together like this with Alice Rivers at in Harrenhal for how long they've been there. It just feels very unlikely to be able to like kind of keep that secret.
yeah,
Like presumably like someone have not like try to sell them or like put effort into hatching them or like something. Like there's just like a lot of question. It's not impossible, granted, but it's given me like a lot of questions that I know this show isn't going to answer.
yeah, for sure. Just kind of a dumb thing to do. Just a dumb thing to waste screen time with, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the thing though. Even when we do get more screen time with the side characters, which is what we want, it's still kind of garbage.
Yeah, they're like, look at these eggs. I don't care about these eggs.
Hey, this is the second time we've talked. Want a kiss?
Yeah. Yeah, let's talk about buying a ship to Essos for the fifth time. Oh,
But hey, maybe if we had more screen time with them, their stories would go a lot fucking faster.
yeah. Yeah, maybe then we could instead of making every scene a reminder of what the last scene was, we could actually like progress the character.
Uh, Back in King's Landing, though, Rhaenyra is talking with the people of King's Landing, and we are again continuing to be shown why she is such a god awful queen.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
like my queen, we're still starving. Like, oh, that's all Manderly's fault. Blame him. Go speak to Manderly.
Yeah, and then my somebody was murdered. Well, I'll light a candle for him.
Like, I
All
mean,
right.
like I said, I feel like in this particular instance, like, a lot of like the bad stuff Rhaenyra has done, the show, the writers don't think it's bad. In this, I do think they're showing her incompetence to a certain extent and knowing about
Are
it.
they?
I think so.
I mean, kind of, but I still think that overall the tone with Rhaenyra is that she's been put in like an impossible situation and there's nothing that she can actually do realistically to improve it.
I think there's definitely that aspect, but even with that, how she is handling this is really fucking atrocious. And you even have Masaria kind of like watching on and kind of like, it seems like kind of judging her for how she's kind of being handling these requests. Because Masaria is for the people.
Right.
So I think this
And
is
then
like an actual show of Rhaenyra's like, incompetence. But I want to say that this is like almost too incompetent. Like, I mean, for Christ's sakes, a girl was like murdered, kidnapped, possibly raped. I'm like all sorts of bad things could have happened. I'll light a candle.
yeah.
I don't know.
Um
This is like really far for how bad she is. Like this is like a little too stupid. I feel.
but see, here's the thing. When the baseline of what the authors thought was good leadership was really bad. So when they want a writer is like slightly incompetent, it's obviously going to be horrible. Like you're going from really bad, and they're trying to make that really bad incompetent. You get what I'm saying? Does that make any
Yeah,
sense?
yeah, yeah. No, they were trying not to make her look incompetent, but she did come off as competent. Now they want to make her look incompetent, and they're going to just nosedive even further.
Yeah, they're just gonna send the bar down into hell,
Yeah, but one thing I'm legitimately surprised about, though, is they show that she cut herself on the throne.
which is clearly a metaphor for her being on her period.
Well, it's more so a metaphor, like if the throne cuts you, kind of like when Patty was
Yeah,
cut or Viserys was cut in the first season, you're not worthy of it. And now this happened in the books. I didn't think it was going to be portrayed at all in the show. I thought that was the whole period thing.
right.
But hey, I was wrong. They had her nick her finger. It's not as
Mhm.
big as how it was in the book where it said her legs were cut up and her left hand and whatnot. But hey, it is something. So I'll give them one little point for that.
So is the throne supposed to be sharp,
I mean, if it cuts you,
right? But like the blades look pretty dull,
I'd imagine they would be, because these blades at this point are 150 years old, give or take,
right?
and they were melted with dragon fire. I mean, unless they have like a royal throne sharpener who like goes and maintains the blades to kind of keep that sleek, sharp look.
Well, I guess somebody's got to keep it from rusting.
But I mean, there's a difference from keeping something from rusting and like continuously keeping it sharp, right?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, so there's definitely somebody that's got that would be such a pain in the ass to try and keep this thing from it would like all the cracks and crevices would just be full of rust, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Right,
Ah,
but that's neither here nor there.
yeah. But anyways, Damon is disguised as a gold cloak, just walking around the streets. And if this is how they've been killing gold cloaks, I am shocked they were able to get as many as they did. Because what the fuck is this?
Well, yeah, that was always going to be the problem if they tried to actually depict it is how are these people consistently killing armed guards without ever getting caught or defeated?
Mm-hmm.
How are they doing it with 100% success rate?
With no
And
casualties.
yeah, exactly. And so as soon as they have to actually depict that, it's clearly an impossible task because it's a preposterous thing to begin with.
Yeah, and of course, Damon is the only one out of all of them to succeed and get out of this situation because apparently they sent one guy to kill him. Like,
Yeah, they
what?
just have one guy that like wanders around the street, and when he sees a guard, he kills him.
Ay, ay, ay. It's so dumb. But, anyways, Damon does
Wait,
a
and
little.
how the fuck does Damon get behind this guy?
Don't worry about that.
Because the guy's coming around the corner, he just watched Damon go around,
Yeah,
and then Damon is just behind him.
yeah.
But there's no way for Damon, unless this house is like really small, which we see it from a decent distance and it doesn't look that small,
No, no,
and Damon just sprinted all the way around the house.
no, it's physically impossible.
Yeah, yeah, because it's not even a house. It's like a fucking whole wall. What is this?
It's like a long
Oh,
alleyway. Yeah, it makes no goddamn sense.
it makes no sense.
Yeah, but as
It
stupid as
makes no
that,
sense.
it's only slightly more stupid than the contrived event of Damon happening to run into Ulf.
Yeah, right after,
Like,
of course.
like even if I ignored this as like convenience of storytelling, this is so dumb. Like first off, Ulf. How does Ulf get to the city without being noticed? Because presumably he rode his dragon over here.
Right. And he's walking around in his. Oh no, I guess he's
No,
not in his.
he's just more poor commonly.
Yeah. And then, yeah, Damon wouldn't have noticed him except for Ulf shoulder checks a gold cloak and then decides to like raise a stink about it.
And you know, we've been kind of like critical, like it's not the best idea to like treat your dragon riders like shit. But I think Ulf finally like legitimately has it proper coming when Damon just beats the piss out of him.
No, he's honestly had it coming every single time. The issue is that Ulf like clearly is never going to be a competent loyal dragon rider, period. So I don't know. It doesn't really matter what anyone does. They probably should just kill him before he betrays them.
Uh,
This is probably their best move.
no, Ulf's a loyal man. I mean, he likes a bit of drinking. He's a bit of a scoundrel, but he's got a heart of gold. Well, and speaking of
Right.
hearts of gold, we got the good old Hugh who approaches a guy and fucking mugs him.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there's less violent ways to go about this, Hugh.
Maybe.
What?
But the whole plan doesn't isn't I actually, you know what? I can understand where he's coming from.
I mean, is it too much to like, hey, listen, can I borrow your cart? I mean, he should be pretty wealthy now. Let me buy everything off you for a bit, and I'll give it back.
Yeah,
But then
it's
again,
pretty risky though.
but yeah, maybe just assaulting and stealing the guy's shit. We also see the Baratheons for a little bit as they enter the city.
Yeah. Those guards just simultaneously let two black loyal groups
Yeah, two
into the
spies and
gates.
assassins.
Yeah.
But speaking of them Baratheons, though, we are back over with Ormond, Gawain, and Darren enjoying a bit of a meal when the Baratheons show up and Gawain. Well, first off, we have Ormond like just absolutely just out of his fucking mind because apparently these guys smell that bad,
Hmm. And I guess for once he doesn't have his little sniffer
right?
on
He
him.
doesn't have his little like hit. Also, I didn't notice this when I first initially watched it, but when the Baratheons come in, do you see the kind of main Baratheon, and do you see the guy to his left or on his right side, but our left?
Uh yes.
Hmm.
Wait, no.
The,
The guy we hold on, I might need to skip to a later scene.
well, like on the
On
timestamp, it should
his Wait, did you say on his right or his left?
his right.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I see that guy.
Yeah, the timestamp I'm looking at is at 15:16 with remaining time, so that should give you like an idea where I'm at. But that guy, he is the same actor that was one of Rhaenyra's Kingsguard.
Really?
Yeah, if you go back to the scene where Rhaenyra is talking to the Baratheon delegate, he's the Kingsguard on our right, her left.
Oh, in the same episode?
Same episode. So
Where where,
so
where was
Rhaenyra
that?
decided to take one of her Kingsguard, presumably one of the best warriors she has at her disposal, and send him to this fucking suicide mission.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Like I feel like that's kind of how we have to somewhat interpret that because this isn't like a situation like, oh yeah, we only have so many background actors.
Yeah. Yeah. Rainier just sent one of her Kingsguard to his death. Although to be fair, that guy doesn't look like that good a warrior. And doesn't clearly he's not. So whatever, I guess.
Yeah, but anyways, Gawain was able to deduce that these guys are assassins
Which
because, oh, go ahead.
is it normal to let them come in fully armed like that?
Armed and armor, like keeping their armor on, sure. Definitely, their
Yeah,
weapons should be taken away.
I would assume. I don't know. It's just I don't live in Westeros, but it just seems like you would. be like, oh, you guys don't need to carry your swords in here.
I mean, the risk of assassination in Westeros is much higher than our world. I mean, unless you're in the UK,
Yeah.
but anyways, Gawain figures it out because he pretty much says, the guy's hair color isn't right, and also he's way less attractive. So you sure you
Yeah.
didn't pick up on him being gay?
He doesn't say, I really wanted to suck the other guy's dick. Guys are allowed to, like, know what a handsome dude looks like. All right?
Yeah, but no guy in their right mind is going to admit, like, oh, I figured it out because, it's clearly not as good looking.
Well, I don't know. It worked. If it works and it's stupid, it ain't stupid, you know?
uh, yeah, the assassins are dealt
I
with
still think
rather.
you might be slandering him. I don't I don't think he's gay.
Well, are you saying that Ormond's a liar and he's just being a dick?
Oh, for sure that. And I also think you're misinterpreting Ormond. I don't think Ormond was accusing him of being gay.
Sure. I will say though, I get that Ormond has a sensitivity to smells, but the fact that he's like throwing up after this, I mean, he's supposed to be a battle-tested commander and knight. He should have been through shit like this already. He's been through shit like this in the books, but they got to make him
Yeah, I
just
guess.
look more pathetic.
Yeah, I guess not this Ormond. This Ormond never seen shit.
All right.
If this Ormond was on the battlefield, he would just immediately start vomiting everywhere just from the smell.
Exactly. So yeah, dumb scene, and it kind of makes me think like, what the fuck was all that point? That scene does nothing. It doesn't progress anything. Like, what changes now?
Um, a Kingsguard died, I guess.
Who was introduced in this episode, whose name we don't fucking know?
I'll never forget about him.
Now we're coming up to the most controversial scene I feel like for this episode, at least from what I've seen online in discussion.
Yeah, where Hugh has to try and save his bitch wife.
So I was going to ask you, oh, what do you think of this scene?
No, actually, I don't know that I have a side on this particular battle.
So, so I mean, to paraphrase and shorten it quite a bit, Hugh and his wife are reunited, and she is in many ways upset because of the hardship that she's had to go through because of him heading off. And I think it's reasonable to a certain point. There's just kind of one problem with this. She's the one who chose to leave King's Landing.
Mm-hmm.
And she chose to leave King's Landing right when Hugh gets back. Like, it's the same fucking episode.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, if she stuck around, then things would have been hunky dory. But it was her choice to decide to go all the way to Tumbleton. And also, it's hard to really, like, take her issues about the suffering she went through when we didn't even see her travel to Tumbleton. She just shows up in Tumbleton.
Right. Yeah, it is hard to be like actually it was really really horrible. Like maybe this is another thing we should have seen if we're gonna like turn it into a big scene like this, and you want me to give a shit about her.
Yeah,
It
cut
would have been
away.
maybe you should have shown me her having to deal with these struggles.
Maybe
But
instead of Rhaenyra, or not Rhaenyra, Alicent and Helena trying to sneak off as maids, we get some development for her.
yeah. Yeah, but I also get the point of view of like my husband disappeared to go try and tame a dragon, and I mean I assume they know a ton of people died doing that.
Yeah, because I think she even says in this scene that she thought he died.
So I get her being like I had to go do something, and although I do struggle to sympathize with her being mad at. I don't know. Like
I
he was obviously doing it for her
Yeah, I think that
to give her a better life.
she has grievances that I think are justified, but I do think it's like turned up to 11. Like,
Right.
because then he says, like, yo, no, we can go, we can leave. And she's like, I won't forsake my family. And it's not in like a, hey, can you please help me with this? It's a fuck you kind of way, you know? And Hugh's response is to like cover her mouth and like hold her up against the wall. And like, we see like a high tower guard in the background. And like, of course, he sees this as like, oh, that guy's probably trying to rape her. Oh, my own damn business.
Yeah, and the whole like I'm not going to abandon my family. Like what are you talking about? If anything, you're just there as a burden on your
Also,
family.
that's your husband. Guess what your husband is a part of?
Right. Like yeah, it's literally just a soldier went on deployment sort of situation, you know? Soldier goes on deployment, his wife fucks around, finds another guy. He comes back and she's like, "Oh, I never even loved you anyways."
I mean, to be fair, all of the fucking around apparently was non-consensual.
Yeah, and we also never saw it, so it's only allegedly.
uh, Back in Tumbleton, though, we have a little bit of a back and forth between Gwaine and Ormond, and yeah, it was fine. Ormond even apologizes for gay shaming him.
Does he? What does he say?
I mean, yeah, he doesn't apologize specifically, but he says like sorry in general.
Mm,
But yeah,
yeah, I don't remember much detail from this scene.
I mean, it's a lot about just kind of setting up the relationship between these two, because I mean, they're family, cousins, but this is the
Oh yeah,
first.
doesn't Orman tell him that he can go back to Old Town in this scene?
Uh, I believe so. Or no, I think Gawain in the previous scene, not the assassin scene, but the previous scene, says that he needs to head to Old Town because
Right, but at some point Orman says gives him permission to do so, I think.
let me double check. It's hard to figure out what they're saying when I can't hear what they're saying.
Which I mean Gawain is pretty harsh in this.
Yeah, so Ormond does say you may return to Old Town if you wish.
Okay. We get to see Darren apparently can fucking take on three dudes at once.
A little bit of
So
practice sparring. But they're clearly holding back. I mean, this is the king in their eyes. They can't go too hard on him.
yeah, baby. And now back to our favorite character.
Oh yeah, yeah, great. This fucking scene where Allison tells Rhaenyra where Aemond is. Thanks for selling out your son, bitch. Oh, and Rhaenyra's
Again.
genius, fucking 4D chess idea. Let me send Allison to go kill him.
Yeah,
And Allison agrees. Like, what the fuck is this?
I don't know. Like it doesn't even. How do the writers come up with such horrible ideas?
Whatever it is, it's not legal. They gotta be on some bullshit to think that any of this is a good idea.
Like it's just so stupid.
Immensely. Like, please. I'm starting to say this like I think every episode now. Kill this bitch. Put Allison down. That'll give me
Dude,
so much hope for the next season if they kill Allison.
do you think we're gonna get a hot three-way scene between Aemond and his two mother figures?
Oh god. Oh, shut the fuck up. Just
Uh,
please.
it seems
Shut
possible.
the fuck up. I don't need this Sigmund Freud nastiness here.
Um, yeah,
Yeah, and so Allison tries to justify this to Helena. Helena, speaking facts, you could have said no.
Right. You could have not given up Eamon's location, although she doesn't have much right to say that, considering she literally made a tapestry about
Put it
it.
in the Well, no, she doesn't have the choice though because she's retarded. So
Yeah,
she.
she's retarded. She can't think for herself.
Oh god, it's just so ass. And the next scene doesn't get a whole lot better. Oh wait, hold on. Rhaenyra apparently like chit chats with Orwell
And
apparently.
I'll just send one sword? That sounds like a horrible plan. Like, Aemond, now that Cole's dead, he's probably the second best fighter we've seen in the show.
Damon, you mean Kristen's dead?
Yeah, that's what I said.
I thought I heard Damon was dead. Anyways, but yeah, he's probably one or two at this point.
Yeah, so who's going to be the one sword she sends to kill him?
Well, I don't think she's sending Alice. Well, she's sending Allison. Allison's the blade to kill him.
N- no, that's
Yeah.
not what she
No,
meant.
that no, yeah, that's the whole thing. She's sending Alicent to go assassinate her own son.
No, that's not what she meant. She meant she's sending Allison with an assassin. So Allison will help lower his guard so then the assassin can get him.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if she had like some protection with her, but I think the whole goal is that Allison is supposed to be the one to kill Aemond.
If that's the goal, then it's even unimaginably dumber than I thought it was.
Uh, God, we're almost done though. Not just with this episode, but the season as a whole. Because now we zip over to Corley's, who gets abducted by a teleporting Roxton.
Yep.
What's with the what's with the hand of the kings just being able to be snatched up like fucking a lost kid?
Yeah. Yeah, and again, we see like four people over by Corley's, and the dude says, like, sends the other guys towards the rest of the group. Uh, so those two guys are gonna go kill all of Corley's men.
Well, I think we hear some like violence in the background, which kind of implies that it's like a much larger ambush.
Yeah, yeah, and so then these Green Rebels were able to travel all the way from uh
Tumbleton.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that this is the guy that stands next to Orman.
Yeah,
Oh my lord.
he was the one
I
who
thought
was with Darren and actually defended him when
yeah, I thought
Gawain
they were
would get reassessed.
generic
Nope, it
bad guys.
that's a
Okay,
character.
so yeah, he traveled all the way from Tumbleton and they never got discovered along the way, which you'd assume, they I know I know they're not like that well established, but you assume there's some guards going out and about that would be like, oh, these guys aren't supposed to be here.
I mean, to be
And then,
fair, the previous scene to this did reveal like the Baratheon armor being delivered to Rhaenyra, saying like kick this dog or something along those lines. So like they sent that, and presumably like Roxton could have been sent at the same time to enact this. But still, the fact that this not only happens in the same episode, but the scenes that differentiate them is like one or two.
right, and none of the scenes imply that much time passing. All of the scenes, like all of the scenes in this episode, aside from the fact that people are teleporting all over the fucking place, like could have taken place in one day, the way they're portrayed.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
But that just doesn't make any sense. So it's
Like
like I have no clue how much time has passed this episode.
yeah, Ulf can get away with teleporting to King's Landing because he has a dragon. This motherfucker does not.
Right. Right. It's like they forgot that nobody else has fast travel. Like, oh my god,
It's like they also
so
kind of
bad.
forgot one of the biggest criticisms of the later seasons of Game of Thrones was. Why is everyone teleporting around?
Yeah.
But anyways, that's the end of this episode, and I'm just running out of steam. I don't think I'm obviously still going to cover the fourth season of this show, but I don't know if I can do it episode by episode anymore. I think I legit just have to wait for it to end and then binge it.
Oh, I don't think I could binge it.
You think week
I
by
think if
week
I
is
was,
better?
yeah, I can take a little like 2 hour kick to the nuts once a week, but yeah, if I had to do it all at once, that would be brutal.
I don't know. I feel like I can just throw this up like on a day off, knock it all out, and I think that'd be way better for my sanity than just dreading this shit week by week.
Yeah, it does help that I don't think about it at all outside of while I'm watching it and during these recordings.
Maybe that's it. Maybe I need to just get offline. Maybe I need to give up. Just no more Reddit, no more YouTube, any of this shit.
Yeah, it is 2 episodes left. And I part of the issue is I feel like we're just saying the same things over and over again
That's because the
because
show keeps
it's so
making the
much.
same fucking mistakes over and
Yeah,
over.
it's just all bad in the same way over and over again.
It's not even new bad.
Yeah. Well,
Do you have any final thoughts before I kind of sign us out here?
nope. I think we're good.
Alrighty, well, to anyone who made it this far, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see future episodes. Once this shit show's done, I plan on returning to like actual fun videos. Ah, Christ, I miss those days already. It's only been, what, 2 months
Month
now?
and a half.
Month and a half? Oh, yeah, because it's been 6 episodes, 6 weeks, month and 3 quarters. Anyways, doesn't fucking matter. We're almost over, guys. Until next time, be safe, and I hope you all have a wonderful night.